Hello, you beautiful women. I am Taurus Speech. I am so devastated that I could not be there in the flesh to celebrate and create visions with you ladies. However, I am always there in spirit, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to still connect with you ladies in a very, very unique way. So shout out to you, Leanne. Thank you so much for this opportunity, pretty lady. I cannot wait to hear all about the event. I can't wait to connect with you ladies, even on social media. And I cannot wait to hear about all of the visions that you come and bring into fruition. So without further ado, let's get started. When I hear the word vision, dream automatically comes to mind. And I feel like with a dream, it all starts with setting a goal in order to achieve your dream. And in my opinion, I feel like visions correlate to your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, what helped me was when someone told me your purpose sometimes is connected to your pain. So for me personally, I actually experienced a huge adversity at the tender age of 6. I lost my mom to domestic violence by the hands of my biological father, believe it or not. And growing up into my preteens, I did not understand why God felt the need to take my mom. Of all the moms, he took my mom, and that was the selfish side of me. It wasn't until I grew up as an adolescent and I realized that why not my mom? Why not me? I then realized that my purpose was to be a vessel for young men, young women, youth, young adults, or even adults who just need that push, that drive, and that motivation to just be inspired, to help them to understand that there is hope. First and foremost, let me back up. There is a God who has a purpose for each and every one of our lives. And in order for us to know what it is that we need to do as an ambassador, as from heaven, as an ambassador on this side of the kingdom, it is imperative that we first of all, get in tune with who we are through whose we are. And it took me a while to get that, but now that I get it, I'm able to be before you in a camera, but I'm before you nonetheless, helping you to understand that your purpose essentially evolves into your vision. So whatever it is that has caused you pain, or whatever it is that causes you pain, even further for me, I cannot stand to see a youth being mistreated. I cannot stand to see a youth not living up to their potential and not even knowing that they are literally king or queen. I cannot stand to see someone a youth just kind of going with the flow, if you will, conforming to fit into what society say they should be. That's my soft spot. That's my soft spot. That's where my heart kind of begins to experience heart palpitations, because I know that's where I'm served as a vessel, as a mediator, to come in to inspire, motivate, and push somebody to be all that they can be. And that is your goal. Tap into the inside of who you are to find out who you need to be for others. That's where your goals will come in. That's when you start dreaming, and that's when your vision will just start to oh my God, explode. But once you find out what that dream, what that goal, and what that vision is, you have to write it down. You have to write it down, which takes me to my next point. As we all know, in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, the Lord replied, this is the Lord talking. Then the Lord replied, write the vision and make it plain, so he that reads it may run. That's the most universal Bible verse out there. Everybody quotes it the way they want to quote it, 1,000 million different ways to say it, but essentially it means the same thing. We pray, we ask God, please send us a sign. Lord, please point me in the direction you want me to go. Lord, please send me an answer. Lord, please help me. And all the time, God is talking to us. God is telling us what he wants us to do. He's showing us where he wants us to go. He's making a way. He's shining light in darkness. And we're just sitting there like, what did you say, Lord? I know I heard something. I remember there was something that was said, but I can't remember what you said. Write it down. If you don't have a pen and paper on you right in the moment, These phones that we are so attached to, open the notes section on in your phone. When you come up with something so profound, something that you may perceive to be the most dumb thing you've ever come up with, but if it's something, write it down. Some of my craziest dreams that I brought into fruition came from the most wildest idea. But had we not written it down, I am a firm believer in the power of words and writing things down in order for something to be manifested. Step by step, even if you don't have all the details in that particular moment, build off of the ideas until something just comes to you that makes you feel as if that's where God is leading you to go. But it all starts with a plan. Those chairs you guys are sitting in, the building you guys are roofed with, it started with somebody's plan. They had to write it down. They had to set the blueprint. Your vision is your blueprint. You have to write it down. You have to visualize what it is that you want. Write it down step by step. Because believe it or not, in my opinion, every dream starts with a vision. Your shirt that you're wearing today was somebody's dream, somebody's vision. These popping earrings from H&M that I have on, that was somebody's dream, that was somebody's vision. But it started with a sketch, it started with an idea, it started with them writing it down. Have I made that clear? Write it down. Which reminds me, if you are in this room right now today and you are not taking notes, I'm a huge note taker. Take notes, write everything down. You can learn something from anybody. I learned that you can learn something from even the dumbest person in the room. I have learned so many things from so many fools, I can't even tell you. But that's the beauty of life. You get to learn from any and everybody. Take advantage of the moment. Somebody can show you how to do something by them demonstrating how not to do it. Write everything down. Write down your visions, write down your goals, make it plain, and go forth and making it happen. Thank God for the people who support you and forget those who don't. Which brings me to my next topic. This particular one may take a while because, and I apologize if I'm long-winded, I just want to be sure that I am very clear and that you get what I'm trying to say. I believe that your vibe attracts your tribe. I believe that it is impossible to do life alone. I do not believe in the statement being self-made. I feel that is the most arrogant and egocentric term out there. There's no such thing as being self-made because you cannot do life alone. First of all, we're made in God's image. So how can we be self-made? We're not God. He dwells in us, but that does not make us him. Okay, back to your vibe attracting your tribe. You can't do life alone. However, you have to be mindful, careful, and strategic about who is on your team. Because everybody that's sitting at your table, okay, may not necessarily be excited about you eating. Okay. With that being said, loyalty does not necessarily determine how long you've known somebody. Some of my close friends who have supported me are friends I met in college 6 years ago versus those childhood friends I've known all of my life. Okay. You may be great, and a team is so important because you may be great at one particular thing, but there's something else that you need to bring that dream into fruition that you're not necessarily the best at. That's where your connections and networks come into play. That's going to help to bring that dream and that vision full circle. I look at dreams and visions like babies because your dream is essentially, your vision is essentially your baby. You know, you don't want to birth it prematurely because it's going to cause some complications. And granted, the goal may not change, but you're going to have to change your strategy because it was born prematurely. It was spoken to the wrong person prematurely. And just like a baby, when you're in that birthing room, you are mindful of who's surrounding you, who you want in that room when you finally give birth to that baby. And the same goes for your dreams and your visions. Who do you want to be on that panel or backstage with you when you are bringing that dream and that vision into fruition? You need a team, but you have to be mindful of who you select. We can't always choose our families. My TT used to tell me, you can't always choose your family, but you can choose your friends. And I strongly believe that cliche that your top 5 friends are a reflection of you. Keep in mind, not all of your friends may be on board with your visions and your dreams, and not all of your friends and family members can be your business partner. Okay? That's why it's important to get out there and network and meet people who can help you to get to the other side, who can be your bridge over troubled water. If you have ever believed in that saying, no new friends, honey, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You better get to shaking some hands and smiling in some faces and getting to know some people so that you can become a better you and you can do what it is you were designed to do and become who you need to become. You have to meet new people. You may not necessarily always have to meet new people, but understand for every new friend you meet, you're probably going to meet some enemies, which is totally fine. Take advantage of who God is putting in your path. Create what do they call them? A position for each player you need on your team, and y'all get to working. Because, honey, teamwork really does make the dream work. And the dream doesn't work unless you work. Which brings me to my next and final point. The thing is, you can write your visions, your dreams, and your plans down till your hand cramps up as many times as you want. You can scream to the top of your lungs at the top of a mountain until your face is blue about all the things it is that you want to do and the things you want to accomplish and the person that you want to be. More realistically, you can scroll all night on social media, on Instagram, open up snaps, and look at the lives of people that you low-key envy, which you should not be envious. You can look at the life of all the bloggers and the videographers and the fashionistas and the business people. You can scroll and compare your life and look at them as inspiration all you want. But that is not going to help you to bring your visions and your goals full circle. What I'm saying is, sitting on your behind, comparing apples to apples, your life to somebody else's life or whatever, and thinking and dreaming and wishing and being a wanterpreneur versus an entrepreneur, sitting on your behind, thinking about your shoulda, coulda, wouldas, is not going to help you at all. So what I'm really saying is, somewhere in the chapter 2 of James, one of those verses says, faith without works is dead. You can believe God for who he is and for the plans that he has for your life all you want. But until you show him that you trust in his word and trust in his will for your life, until you show him that you are working towards his will for your life, until you do that, I firmly believe that God is not going to intercede and just drop it on you miraculously. I didn't say that he can't, because we serve a God who can do all things. However, he still has put a responsibility on us as his children of this side, on this kingdom. We still have a responsibility to get out and do the work of the Lord. And that's just that. You can't expect for an apple tree to grow if you don't plant the seed of an apple tree. You can expect your edges to grow back if you don't put in the work to maintain, okay, and feed your edges what they need. You can expect the Lord to just bless you with this beautiful man of your dreams, this God-fearing, strong, beautiful, serving, volunteering, well-dressed, well-maintained, clean man to just miraculously pop up if you are not a reflection of your God. If you are not popping, if you are not self-motivated, if you are not going toward your goals, how can we expect something if we don't put in the work for what we want? Get out and implement all of the plans you have written down. Make a to-do list like I do. Check them off one by one so that you can see the progress that you are making. My sister is my oldest sister is one of the most intellectual women I've ever met. She doesn't always make the most responsible decisions, but she's still one of the smartest women that I know. And one day she sat me down, I was 22 years old. I was at a point where I was just so frustrated because I knew that there was so much more in me. I just knew, I knew the potential. I still know my potential. And am I where I want to be right now? No. And I definitely wasn't where I wanted to be at age 22. But you know what my sister told me? She said, girl, Oprah was not built overnight. Calm down. And granted, I've heard the term before that Rome wasn't built overnight. I heard that before, but my muse is Oprah and Robin Roberts, just so we're clear. But when she said that, it resonated with me in such a profound way because she was right. Girl, you are a reflection of who you are and who you look up to. And understand, though, that that person who you want to be and that person who you look up to did not become who they are, and you will not become who you want to be overnight. It's going to take time. But in the meantime and in between time, you have to put in the work. And that's just the way that it is. I wish there was a shortcut. I kind of wish there was an easier way to put it. And I wish that we can just blink our eyes and everything that we think we want and we think we desire would just show up. But God is the most purposeful and the most strategic, and perfect God. He has everything, a plan for everything. And I thank him for that. And we have to thank him for that. It may not always be pretty, and it may not always transpire on your time. But when it does, cue your fireworks, honey. It's going to be so beautiful, so miraculous, so magical. But in the meantime and in between time, we have to get hard, we have to do the work, and we have to push through no matter what. My little quick motivational spiel before I depart with you ladies virtually is, I don't care where you come from. I don't care what anyone has ever said about you. I don't care what you think about yourself. Ultimately, God has a plan for your life, and it is our responsibility and our job to get in tune with our inner self, because that is where our God dwells, in us. We have to find out what it is we have to do on this side. Everyone is on a mission. God has set all of us out on one mission. Your job is to tap into and get in tune with what that mission and what that vision and what that dream looks like. It's all written. Pick up that Bible, get the writing, get the reading, and find out what it is that you need to do to become a better you for the sake of the future, for the sake of people that are looking up to you that don't even know it, for the sake of people who admire you from a distance but will never tell you how good that you're doing. Who cares? We don't live for the acceptance of others. We don't live for the applause. We just don't. And if you do, I want to encourage you not to. Keep being the best you and understand that God will reward you behind closed doors and on a platform if and when he sees or feels the need to. In the meantime, in between time, that's been my new little saying now. I stole that from my niece who's 15. She's so extra, kind of like me, but it's okay. But in the meantime, in between time, you have to go through your steps of this vision. Find out what your vision is. Again, that's connected to your purpose. That's connected to who you are and who you want to be. Find out what your vision is. Write it down. Write it down. You have to write down everything. I have gone through 3 journals in the past. It's been 2 years. One of my journals was actually just stolen out of my car April 29th of this year, but that's neither here nor there. Write it down. God bless the person who wrote it. May they go run. May he run, because I wrote those visions down. May he run, whoever stole it. Oh. Turn the other cheek, Lord. I try to be a good person, Lord, but bless them. Write it down. The third thing is your tribe, your vibe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Get you a team, people who want to see you win, people who you excited to feed and want them to win too. Get some people in your corner who wants to see you do well, who wants to see you impact this world and leave your mark, you know. Get you a team if you don't already have one. And thank God, don't take that for granted. Don't take that lightly. A good team is a blessing on its own. And fourth and foremost, get out there and make it happen. Make it happen. After you have the dream, you've written it down, you found some people to help you to bring it into fruition. Now it's time to get out there and put in the work and implement all the things you've written down. Because you have to understand, one of my favorite things I've ever told myself, and I tell people this whenever I can and whenever it's fitting, life is not about you. Your life is not about you. My life is not about me. My life is about you, and your life should be about me. And if everybody had that mentality, no person in this world will ever go without. The person to your left, if there's somebody to your left, let them know. Say, neighbor, oh neighbor, your life is not about you. Turn to the person to the right and say, neighbor, oh neighbor, your life is not about you. And look at the both of them and say, it's about me. Your life is about me. And my life, look at them again, neighbor. We're going to be talking to them. Look at your neighbor and say, and my life is about you. If we all had that mentality, everybody would win. And everybody is going to win. And you are going to win because you're here right now today. Because you know how important your future is. You know how much you want to succeed in life. And you know how important it is to impact the life of somebody else. Let's get it, queens. Let's get it. The time is now. It is never too late. It is never too late. Ever. I don't care if you're sitting in this room and you're 16. I don't care if you're sitting in this room and you're 76. It is never too late. Start today. Start now. Don't wait until one day. Let today be your day one. Write the vision. Make it plain. Get hard. Do work and push through. Make sure you guys touch base with Leanne to get all of my social media information, because again, I want to connect with you ladies. I want to get to know you. I want to see your faces. I want to stalk your life on social media. I love liking things on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. My name is Work on Instagram, but you can still find me at Tora Speech. I can't wait to see your vision boards. Take lots of pictures and send them to me, because I love to repost things that give me life, because I love to give life to others. If you need anything from me, it's not hard to find me. Have fun, have fun, have fun. And again, I cannot wait to celebrate all the things that you are going to do. And I hope and pray that you got something out of this video that's going to help you to move forward with evolving into who it is you want to be and bringing those visions and dreams into reality. I love ya. Until next time, ladies. Mwah.